I'm going to go on to the next 3 questions, and we're going to work through these for the first part of the lesson. Wami, you're going to learn lots today that's going to help you tomorrow in paper 2. So let's get going. I'm going to do the first one with you. Oh, and along with the whole thing on participation, post answers in the chat. Don't be shy. Even if your answer is there already, I encourage you to still post your answer, because that way you are actually actively participating. So just post your answer, and if you're not sure if your answer is right, don't worry about it. We're going to work together and see how these questions are solved. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one. And as soon as you know what, okay, let's do this first. Let's first identify which lines are parallel. So put it in the chat with your reason. So which lines are parallel and what is your reason? Remember, we are looking at we start with what is given, what information is given, and what can we conclude from that information. DE parallel to BC, midpoint theorem. Let's get some more answers up, everybody. We have a question. Yes, Nkateko. Nkateko, you can unmute.
Hey, ma'am, I just wanted to apologize for being late.
No problem. It's okay. You haven't missed much.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Right. So we've got a few answers in the chat. So let's see. Let's start. And with your colored pencils or your highlighters, highlight what is given. It is given that AD is equal to DB. Okay. So if you're still a bit confused, those little markers on the sides mean that those sides are equal. And then AE is equal to EC. And that would make D and E midpoints, because that's given. So from that, we can conclude, oh, there's a line connecting the midpoints. So that means that line must be parallel. So DE must be parallel to BC. So well done to those of you who said that. DE parallel to BC, midpoint theorem. And those of you who weren't sure, make sure that you are now understanding that when we are given these midpoints, we can say that DE is parallel to BC. And more importantly, understand that these arrows mean parallel and that the markers on the sides mean that the sides are equal. Okay, marvelous. So now that we've established that, can we find a value for A? Put it in the chat with your reason if you know what A is equal to. Is Nkateko's hand still up from before, or is that raised again? Nkateko, do you have another question? Oh no, it's raised again. Okay, right. So put your answer for A in the chat. Again, start with what is given. A is in a triangle where there's 60 and 70. And then what is A equal to? Remember your reason. Good stuff. A is 50 degrees because angle sum of triangle, or like some of you have said, angle, sum of a triangle. That's all good. Okay, so A is 50. Let's just write it down there so we know that it's there. Now B, what can we say B? What is B equal to? Well done, Sisipo, that's right. Good, Nsaku, well done, everyone. What is B equal to? And give a reason. Let's get some more answers. Hannah saying B is 50 corresponding angles. Good stuff. Yes, Asanda.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Please can you explain how did you get those 50? I'm really lost because last week I was absent. I was not like here.
So what are you wondering about?
Where did you get the 50?
The 50 because of the angles in a triangle. 60 and 70 and 50 make 180. So
Okay.
yes. And remember, all our lessons are, the recordings are up on the website, so you can access the recording, hey? So you can catch up what you missed.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Right, so corresponding angles, and very important to name the parallel lines we are working with. DE parallel to BC. Okay, so quite a few of you got the corresponding angle part, but yeah, like Ms. Nelly said, remember to name the parallel lines as well. Awesome, so this is also 50. And now lastly, we're going to solve for x. What is x equal to? X is 4. Well done, Eunice and Lydia. X is 4 because of the midpoint theorem. Good job. Okay. Yes, Asanda. Is Asanda's hand also still up from before, or is it a new question? Oh, also gone. Okay. Right, guys. So I'm going to be quiet now. And just like we did that question, that thinking, that thought process that we went through, start with what is given, highlight what is given, and then work your way from there. I'm going to leave you for about 3 minutes on your own now to do question E. And try and write everything nicely the way we did it just now for question D, with your statement and your reason. And we're going to use it as a like a mini little test to see how you do. Okay, so don't put anything in the chat, just do question E on your own. Let's work for like 3 minutes, and then we're going to see how you did. So try and write it very nicely as a proper like answer proof, with all your statements and all your reasons. Hold on, Annie. Just write down your answer there where you are at home, where you're working, and then we're going to check it. No worries. Hold on, everyone. Just a few more seconds. Don't put it in the chat yet. Let's have a look. If you are done, I'm going to just switch over to this one so that it goes a bit quicker for us. Okay, so we can start off by saying that, yes, those two lines are equal, PS and SQ, and PT and TR. So S and T are midpoints. So ST is parallel to QR. Midpoint theorem. And then you can say X will be 2.5 because of the midpoint theorem. And then we can say, we can go to A actually, because A is going to be equal to the 50. That's because of corresponding angles, ST parallel to QR. And then lastly, we can do B in the big triangle with the 50 and the 60, and that's 110, so we're short 70, so B is 70, angle sum of triangle. Okay, so that was a little 4-mark question to solve for all of those with reasons. So give yourself a mark out of 4 for this one. And I'd love to see who got 4 out of 4. You can just put a thumbs up, or yeah, just share it in the chat. Oh, look at you guys. Well done. Excellent. That's amazing. Yeah, you see, we can do maths. Okay, so we're going to do the last one as well. Question F. And again, I think you guys are totally capable. So I'm going to leave you 3 out of 4 is also good, Sisipo. Well done. And if you did not get 4 out of 4, if you maybe got 1 out of 4, so just 5 out of 4.
Anyone.
I didn't include a bonus question, but okay. Make sure that if you didn't get full marks, or if you didn't get like at least 50%, that you get the answer, take a screenshot and work through it afterwards so that you can conquer this maths. Rightio. So F is up on the board, and I'm going to be quiet now and let you think and work. This one, you just need to think a little bit more, but I'm sure you can do it. Okay, I'll check back at 25 past. See how you're doing. Right, so our time is up. Just put a thumbs up in the chat if you are done, just so I can see if we need more time or not. Put a thumbs up if you are done. Okay, right, looks like most of you are done. Let's have a look at our answer here. Okay, now what was given is that GJK, so this angle here, the 90-degree angle, is equal to GHI, and that was given. So because of that, we can say that JK is parallel to HI. So just make sure you understand the reasoning there and how we did that, because we couldn't just straight away start off and say that JK was parallel to HI, because we weren't actually given the midpoints. We were given one midpoint, which was K, but that to go straight to midpoint theorem, like we did in the previous two questions, we need both midpoints. So just make sure you understand that reasoning, that because of those angles that are equal, we can say that the lines are parallel, because those two angles are actually corresponding. Okay, and so that's quite useful, because then we can say that JK is parallel to HI. And then after that, it's pretty straightforward, because we can say that X is 1.5, but you have to use the other reason, line through midpoint parallel to second side. And then to get A, you can do Pythagoras, and we say the 2,5 squared, because it's the hypotenuse, minus the 1,5 squared. That's because of Pythagoras. And then you must just remember to square root your A, and that's equal to 2. And then once we have A, it's easy to find B, because B is 4. Okay, so this one's out of 7. I wonder who got, you can see where the marks go here. So for parallel and corresponding, wow, Hannah, well done. And then X equal to 1.5, line through midpoint parallel second side. And then we do our Pythag thingy, and then we get B is 4. Okay, 5 out of 7 is very good. 6 out of 7 is good. Well done, everyone. I hope those reasons are looking good, that you used your reasons for Pythag. And okay, Lydia, and Nitsak has given himself 3.5. There are no half marks in maths, unfortunately, in Saku. So you guys just make sure you get a screenshot and that you work through the question again, maybe later on as you revise for your exams. So Chaba, good try there. Good attempt. We are getting there. Conquering. Okay. So let's see what else I've got in the bag here this evening. So we do have to know how to do questions like this, which is more with variables, okay? But because we now know how the midpoint theorem works, nothing changes, okay? So we hold on to what we know, which is that the line that connects the midpoints will be twice the length of the other side, and that those sides will be parallel. Okay, so that's always true. And if you have numbers or variables, it doesn't change. Okay, so now you just have to bring some of your algebra knowledge into this as well. Okay, so okay, Asanda, I'll go back at the end. All right, just remind us again at the end, and then you we always do screenshot requests at the end. Yeah, so just remind us if I forget. Right, so in this diagram below, P is the midpoint of NQ. So let's mark that brightly in a color. I wanted that bright green color. Where did it go now? There we go. P and R is the midpoint of MQ. Awesome. So because that is given, I can now also say PN is equal to PQ, and I can put my little markers here to remind myself that those lines are equal. Because of those midpoints, we can also mark the line that is parallel. I'm going to take this blue. So PR will be parallel to NM because of the midpoint theorem. Okay. The segment inside of the large triangle is labeled with a length 2y plus 2. And actually the question's cut off, but the question is actually that you need to make or express NM, find an expression for NM. What is NM equal to? So if we know that PR is 2y plus 2, what do we know about PR and NM? Because of the midpoint theorem, NM will be twice the length of PR. So I'm going to write that down. NM is equal to PR. Why? Because of midpoint theorem. So what we can do then is replace PR with what it is. It is 2y plus 2. And then NM is 4y. We're going to multiply the 2 into the brackets. So there's the algebra stuff you need to now bring to the front of your brain as well. 2 times 2y is 4y, plus 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so that's how you do it. Nice, guys. Yes, good stuff. You got it. Okay, so let's do this one. I'm going to let you try this on your own now. And when you are done, so don't put the answer in the chat, just put a thumbs up in the chat when you are done, and then we can have a look at what you got. Okay, just for a second, Saku. Okay, I can always go back again at the end. If you've missed a screenshot, that's how we do it. You accidentally guessed the right answer. Lucky you. It doesn't always happen in maths, so that you can guess the right answer. Yes, so in front of the 3b over 4 is a minus. If you are on your phone, guys, you can also zoom in. Mammy's done. That was quick. Quick sticks. Okay, we're going to do 1 more minute, maybe 30 more seconds, I think. Job, everyone. Okay, let's have a look. And let's get some nice colors. We've got X is the midpoint and Z is the midpoint. So already we can do that. And then say, right, XZ is going to be parallel to WF, and WF is, WV is twice XZ. And the reason there is midpoint theorem. So since XZ is this minus 3/4b plus 4, we can replace the XZ with that so we can figure out what VW is going to be. Okay, I see there are some answers coming in. Well done, everyone. Let's see. So you can just multiply the 2 with the negative 3/4. So if you do that, you can do it on your calculator. You don't even have to try and remember your, what is it, grade 5, grade 7 maths. You can just do it on your calculator. So it's negative 3/2b plus 8. Okay, so you got to simplify the negative 6/8 if that's what you got. Okay, but well done. I see some questions here. Negative 10. Check again, and I think you might. What is this? How do I say this? Is it Pabalu? You've just left off your minus, I think. Okay, well done, everyone. Oh, the B was a 6. Oh no, sorry, Mammy. Yeah, no, it's a B. Okay, right, one more. And this time around, we are going to calculate the value of Mn in terms of A. So just like we did now. And in question B, you're now told that Mn has a length of 18. What is the value? Okay. Annie guessed it correct again. Okay, Annie, I want you to understand why it is correct. Okay, so guessing is not the best, not the best way to do it. Okay, so let's do this one. We are almost nearing the end of our lesson. So let's do this one. Let's see if we can do this one since we've done 2 other ones now. Let's see if we can do this one quick. What is the value of Mn in terms of A? Okay, good stuff, Annie. As long as you understand, I'm happy. Okay, so do Mn and then again put a thumbs up in the chat when you're done. Done. Okay, let's give it a few more seconds. For those of you who are done, you can go on to question B. You're now told that MN has a length of 18. What is the value of A? You can do that. Okay, right. Just because we're almost out of time, I'm just going to do this one, and then you can check if yours is correct. So MN is 2 times PR for exactly the same reason the other two were, midpoint theorem. So PR is minus 2A plus 4. And then we're going to put the 2 into the brackets, and we're going to multiply 2 with minus 2A is minus 4A. And then 2 with 4 is plus 8. Okay, so that's part A of the question. Now, the next part asks you to solve for A, because you're now told that MN has a length of 18. So we can say 18 is minus 4A plus 8. And we're going to subtract 8 on both sides, just so we can get the A by itself. And that's going to be 10 and minus 4. So I'm just subtracting 8 on both sides. And now I need to get the A by itself, and I need to divide by minus 4. If I divide by minus 4 on the right-hand side, I must divide by minus 4 on the other side as well. So 10 divided by minus 4 is minus 5 over 2. There we go. Nice, everybody. Yes, Amanda. You can unmute, Amanda.
Hello, Miss.
Hi there.
Yes, Miss. I wanted to ask if before you minus 8, is it okay if you divide by negative 4 both sides?
Did you divide 18 by negative 4 and the 8 by negative 4?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, it's fine as long as you remember to divide everything by negative 4. Then you'll get negative 9 over 2 is A minus 2. And then you'll add 2 on both sides. And that should give you the same answer. Yeah, it does.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Okay. Right.